Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Moody Miles Trikes and Bikes, and we are coming to you not from the state of Delaware for the first time. We are in or about near Xenia, Ohio. We are on the Creekside Trail headed towards Xenia. A little bit of a cloudy, misty morning. Lots of people out enjoying the trail. We parked at Creekside Station, and parking was at a premium, which is something I didn't think I was going to have to worry about. I was surprised to see that. We did get a space. A little bit of a hectic morning getting out, so gather my thoughts. Apologize if I pause a little bit as my mind buffers and I try to think about what to tell you. But if you saw my previous videos, we are on a cross-country trek starting in Delaware on the East Coast, and we are headed to the Tater TOT Recumbent rally in Idaho with, I believe, 4 stops along the way, this one being the first. About 9 hours driving time. We had a bunch of stops, so I think it turned out to be 12 total. On your left, on your left, pretty dire weather forecast for this area. I think it's somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Heavy shower is supposed to come in at 2, so we're trying to get this ride in. Right now there's just a steady mist falling. Trail's a little bit wet from overnight rain, and if I was at home, this might have been a no-go day, but who knows when we'll be out here again, so do everything we can to get a ride in. I rode on this trail last year. We came out for the CycleCon Recumbent Expo, and this was the route that we took on the Sunday morning group ride that was sponsored by AZIP. So I'm enjoying this, but I'm really looking forward to when I get to Xenia, heading south and getting on a little bit of trail that I haven't been on before. As I opened up talking about the weather, it sounds not the greatest, but I am grateful just to be able to get out and hit it. Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip, being able to hit all these different places. And if one gets weathered out, that's the way God wanted it to go that day. But I would like to get some riding at all of them. But I was very much eager to come back to Ohio because they have a abundance of paved trails here, and just got to get out here and take advantage of it. We will, God willing, come back again someday, and maybe this will be the base camp for our trip, and we can really get a taste of the hundreds of miles of bike trails they have here. But to be able to get on a trail like this with nice pavement, pretty much secluded, you can see greenery all around, and just cruise and not have to worry about cars, man, what a blessing. We're taking full advantage. The original plan was to do about 25 miles today. I think the section I'm on now is going to take me 8 miles to get. Here comes a recumbent two-wheeler. With a fairing. That's pretty cool. What was I saying? Oh, 8 miles. So that's 16 right there. And I want to do a fair amount of ground on the trails I haven't been on before. So we may go over 25 today, which is not bad. I think I have enough time, if the forecasts hold to what they said, be able to get it all in before the real heavy stuff comes. If not, we won't melt in the water, as my mom used to say. A little bit of everything out here. Quite a few runners, lots of cyclists. We'll have to ring the bell when we see the first recumbent trike. I have seen a two-wheeler, the fairing on it. That looked pretty cool. I don't know if I'm coordinated enough to ride a recumbent two-wheeler. Just really peaceful out here. Trail's just wet enough to get a little shininess on the tires, but the trike's not getting wet yet. I did clean and lube just before we came out, and doing wash and lube on the road might be a little more complicated, but we'll figure it out. This is very cool. I am having a blast. I hope you can feel the vibes radiating through the YouTubes. Group ride with CycleCon last year was really fun. That's where I learned that from my old days of road biking. I'm still a hammerhead. One of the things I wanted to get into in these recumbent group rides is the slower pace, socialize, talk to people. And as soon as the ride got going, a couple of velomobiles took off, and I tried to catch them. I think they were motorized. I was the first non-velomobile behind them. But then on the outbound leg of that ride, I realized I had missed the point of the whole thing. I did get to ride and talk a little bit on the way back, but still fell in with a group of guys that were cooking along about 17 miles an hour, like a pace line almost, and rode with them. That was fun. But at Tater TOT, I'm going to try to be more into the riding with people and taking it easy. And I think I will, because that seems to be the spirit of the whole thing from what I've seen. We were trying to find the trailhead yesterday and completely missed it. It's only 2.5 miles from the hotel. We ended up driving all the way to Xenia station by, kind of found it by accident, but it was cool to reminisce. That's kind of where the hub of riding is around here. And even it was a little bit rainy, and there were cyclists out there. They were not letting the rain deter them. There was a couple that had a tandem recumbent. We were asking them directions and things of that sort, and they were very, very friendly, helped us out. And they had the rain gear on, they were ready to roll. And there was some pretty heavy rain in the forecast. Kilcare Raceway, man, I didn't know there was a racetrack out here. Look at that. I'm a motorsports fan, so that's exciting to me. If we came out here, I'm starting to think maybe we weren't on this part of the trail. I don't think I would have missed that on the CycleCon ride. As my wife would say, that's big like a house. You can see that. Got some overnight racer campers here, looks like. There's the main gate to the road there. Looks like it's closed. SCCA time trials. Maybe they're doing one of those parking lot gymkhanas around the cones type of thing. I don't know, that's cool. Alright, this is why it's an adventure. You never know what you're going to find. I was thinking about my view of adventure, and I hope they'll get a chuckle out of this, because I want to have an adventure, but I want everything to go smoothly, and I don't want anything to go wrong. That's not an adventure, I understand that, but I've been praying for good weather and Trike will hold up and all that. With this slightly wet trail surface, I can see tons and tons of bike tire tracks here. That makes me happy. Yeah, they're doing some kind of sports car, like a time trial around the cones type of thing. Very cool. Road crossing. Good to go.